Welcome to another Halloween edition of Dear Steve. So let's see what we have in the proverbial mailbag for you today. I'm in a band, and we had a gig a number of Saturdays ago. As we chilled in the green room killing some time before we were due on stage, my bandmate Stevie, a pragmatic, skeptical, no-nonsense type of person who doesn't lend himself to tall tales and is completely disinterested in all things paranormal, after a firm nudge from the other singers, told us this account of a strange incident that happened to him a few years ago. I have his permission to post this. I'm curious to know if anyone has experienced anything similar in the area. Stevie was on his way to a vocal rehearsal at the home of one of our other singers, who lives near Tutbury. Stevie himself was quite familiar with this area, as he lives some distance away near Stoke, and was using the sat-nav to find his way. He was driving down a long, straightish country road with fields on either side. It was a summer's evening and still light. He said it was actually still sunny. He saw the open, clear road ahead and was going to accelerate, but he became aware of something by the side of the road up ahead, so decided to maintain a more cautious speed. As he approached, he described feeling an eerie atmosphere, and what he saw was a dishevelled-looking man by the side of the road, dressed in sandy-coloured camouflage clothing, carrying what looked like a backpack in one hand. Most strikingly, he described the man's head as not right, misshapen, as if part of his head was missing. He was confused, and the whole scene felt very surreal, and Stevie started to question whether he was imagining things. The man was glaring at Stevie as he approached. Stevie got a better look at him and could see dirt and what looked like possibly blood on him. Stevie maintained a cautious speed, but as he came alongside, the man suddenly and awkwardly lurched out into the road towards Stevie's car, causing Stevie to swerve in order not to hit him. He braked hard and came to a stop. His initial thought was, of course, to get out of the car and see what was wrong, or if the guy needed help. However, when he looked in his rearview mirror, the man was just standing there, glaring at him, in such a decidedly hostile and sinister manner that Stevie actually felt quite nervous and threatened, being by himself with this guy in the middle of nowhere, and so decided to drive on. Once he arrived at the rehearsal in Tutbury, our other two singers testified that he was shaking and had to take some time to calm down. Stevie did report the incident to the police afterwards. One of the other singers, the one who lives in that area, asked Stevie where this had happened. He wasn't quite sure, not being from around there, but on checking the sat-nav, he established the name of the road as being Fauld Lane. The singer was quite intrigued by this, given Stevie's description of the man and the vibe he felt at the time, as Fauld Lane is located very close to the site of the Fauld crater. The RAF Fauld explosion was a catastrophic military accident which occurred in 1944 at the RAF Fauld Underground Munitions Storage Depot. Approximately 4,000 tons of military ordnance exploded. It was one of the largest non-nuclear explosions in history and the largest on UK soil, and resulted in approximately 70 deaths and extensive damage to the area. Stevie said he felt awkward describing the incident when reporting it to the police, as he was aware of how strange it sounded, but felt it was the right thing to do. He said, "I bet the police were thinking, this bloke's got a screw loose." He couldn't escape the surreal feeling the whole incident left him with, and he said he can still see to this day in his mind's eye that man's sinister glare in his rear-view mirror. Stevie was completely unfamiliar with the area and its history, and only learnt of it after the incident. He never heard anything from the police in follow-up to this report. Not that he would, necessarily, and he said he was loath to take that route for the next rehearsal some weeks later, but he did, and thankfully, it was without incident. I was quite captured by Stevie's story, and would be interested to know if anyone else has experienced anything like this in that area. Kind regards, Ellie. So there you go. Can you respond to Ellie's request? Have you ever experienced anything in this area at Fauld Lane, just by the site of the Fauld crater? Again, we would love to know your thoughts, theories, or any information you have. And what is interesting is that we do get a lot of stories about sightings on roads. A liminal space. Could this be significant in paranormal sightings? Again, let us know your thoughts on this. Let us know and simply write Dear Steve and contact us at hauntedukpodcast.com. We'll be here twice a week, Mondays and Wednesdays, with another frightening line of correspondence, and you never know, the next person to be plucked out of the mailbag could be you.